This is David Talbot, I'm CTO at WorkMover, and I'd like to show how we've switched to all our address lookups worldwide. We switched to using Google Maps, and works great. And we use, the hidden gem of Caspio, which I think is the connectivity. So we use the Google Maps key and Caspio's REST APIs. So let's see how it works, because before it was a little bit inconvenient. First of all, when you typed in an address before, you didn't get a validated address. So now Google gives you a validated address. So you could have an address that wasn't actually a real address. And also you had a lot of drop downs. You had a drop down for the country, then from the country had a drop down for the province or the state. Then you had a drop down for the city, and of course there's a lot of cities in California, so that was a long drop down. Then the drop down for the zip code, which was in San Diego, a lot of zip codes, and then you had to put in the street address and then do a center map. So a lot of effort, and then in the end you didn't get extra stuff like the time zone or the county. So let's see how this works. So where my parents used to live here was in Illinois, and so let's try that out. 5 Schumann, and it's already come up, okay? 5 Schumann Circle, Urbana, Illinois. It's a validated address. It gives you city, state, it gives you the county, which is pretty useful because a lot of tax records are at the county level, latitude, longitude, local time, and the time zone, okay? And so this takes care of, summertime, wintertime, and crazy time zones like in Arizona where, in Navajo reservations on a different time zone than the rest of the state. And so very, very useful. So now let's have a look in where I lived when I was a little boy. So it's 64 Chedworth. Oh, it's already come up, okay? 64 Chedworth Crescent, Portsmouth, UK. And if I zoom in here, oh yeah, it's on that little corner there because I used to ride my bike down the hill around there. I remember that. So perfect positioning. You get the British summertime and everything like that, okay? Now let's try something in Toronto. 158. I mean, you hardly have to type anything in and you get Sterling Road, Toronto. And you get, the best thing about Toronto is you get, or Canada, is you get this complete zip code. Before we weren't getting the proper zip postcode, and you get local time and latitude and longitude, and the counties, Toronto and state and province, okay? So let's try something in Australia. So 11 Nicol, you've already got it here. 11 Nicholson Street, and that's a museum in Melbourne here, and this is really useful for Australia because Australia has crazy time zones with some people like half an hour different and whatever. So this is really useful, and you get the proper zip code, and of course, southern hemisphere, so the latitude is negative, and county, city of Melbourne. So I think this is a great way to go, and we're very, very happy to share our code with Caspio end users, and I think you'll find this a really nice component to add to your applications. So thanks very much. Bye-bye.